Welcome to Mora FC. It is what it is. This is the best, easy, simple, and fast way how to cut this beautiful Senator top. This is the simplest and the easiest way and the fastest way how to cut this beautiful Senator top. I'm going to break it down for you to understand every step by step. This is a tutorial from step by step from A to Z. Nothing is hidden, nothing is hard. I'm going to give you all the details, give you all the tips, all the tricks that you need in achieving this beautiful star. If you are new to the channel, please do well, subscribe, like and share and comment. You can see how curvy that part I've shown. I'm going to break it down like I'm breaking it down for you guys. Well explain, nothing is hidden, nothing is hidden. So without wasting much time, so let's get started. Measurements of chest 44, the length 41, and the shoulder 20, and the sleeve length 23. These are the measurements I'm using. As usual, you all know you're going to divide your bust or your chest into 4. So 44 divided by 4, then I'm going to get 11 inches. So I'm using my tape measure to divide it into 4. So I have 11 inches. So I'm going to add only 1 inches to it, extra 1 inches to it. So your allowance, so that will give me 12. So this is my 12 inches. The fabric is folded into 2, and this is my 12 inches. And the length is 41. So I'm going to add 1 inch or 2 inches to it. You can add 1 inch or 2 inches to it, to the length. So this is the front, and this is the back measurement. At the back, as usual, we know that the back is always longer than the front. It can be 4 inches, 4.5, or 3 inches long. So you can see that's the back. The back is longer. We have 4.5 inches. So the back is longer than the front, 4.5 inches. So I'll put the back aside and I'll take the front. This is the front. So we're going to cut half of this one. So you're going to measure it. This is the quarter of it. We have 12 inches here. So you can see we have 12 inches. So I'm going to add 1.5 inches to it. So when you measure this one, you have 12 inches. Then you add extra 1.5 inches. So we're going to cut another fabric with the same length, but 1.5 inches wider than that one. So this is it. They are on the same length, but we have 1.5 inches extra. So when I put it on it, you will see we have 1.5 inches over here. That one going to be the one on top of it. The one on top of it. So you can see this one is on fold. You can see that, but this one is not on fold. You can say this one is a quarter of it plus 1.5 inch. Quarter of your bust plus your sewing allowance plus 1.5 inch. That's what we're going to cut this one. You can see. So you need to arrange when you're working with the Ankara fabric, when there's a styles and the designs. You can see when you push this one, you can see that I want to lay that plus. When you're working with the Ankara fabric, when there's a designs, flowers, and name, you need to take a note on that. Otherwise, you will cut it wrongly. Otherwise, the time that you're going to finish, the name will turn. So you can see that when I fold the front and the one I can have extra 1.5 inches over here. As you can see, as you see, so you have 1.5 extra here. So this is my back. So I'm going to put the back under it. So you can see this is the back. But you make sure that, like I said, you make sure to check the design so that it matches each other. You can see the flowers here. You can see, you take note on that one. when you're working with Ankara, if I look here, that I need to check so that their direction is supposed to be the same. One should be facing up and one should be facing down. Their direction is facing, it should be the same. If they are facing down, all of them should face down. If they are facing up, all of them should face up. So I'm putting the back down, then I'm putting the top in front of it. Remember, we have the one that we cut with the extra 1.5 inch. This is the back. This is the back. And this is the one that we cut with extra 1.5 inches. And this is the front. So we put them together like this. You arrange them like this before you cut your shoulder slope. So my shoulder slope is 2 inches. Then I'm gonna measure 2.5 inches over there. If you want to learn how to cut your senator and top, well explained, nothing is hidden, nothing is hiding. I'm gonna leave the link in the description box below. Do well and check it out and learn how to cut a senator and top. I will go a bit fast here on the armhole and the neck side. I'll go a little bit, but if you look at it, you can still cut it. You just follow it, you can still cut it up. So I'm gonna drag the front down so that it will level with the bottom, so that we have the extra on top. You can see we have our 1.5 here, and we have our back. We fold it like this. You divide your shoulder into 2. You add your sewing allowance to it. So your shoulder divided by 2, your armhole divided by 2, then you cut. If you want to learn how to cut a perfect neck fits any size of a senator and top, any size, perfect neck. I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. Do well and check it out and learn how to cut a perfect neck to fit any size. I mean any size. Well explained, nothing is hidden and nothing is hidden. So I've cut in the front and the back neck. Pay note to this part. You can see you have cut in the back and the neck together. So I'm going to measure from the shoulder line to the waistline. You need to measure that person from the shoulder line to the waistline. So I'm marking 18 inches for this to give me the waistline. So this is the waistline. And I'm going to measure 26 for the hip measurement. It depends. You need to measure that person. This guy is a tall, so I'm using 26 for the hip measurement. If the guy is like short and other stuff, like, you know, you can use 24, 25, 23 for the hip measurement. But this guy is a long. If that person is a long person, it's a tall person, you use 26 for the hip. And this is my waist measurement. So from the waist side, I'll go in by 1 inch. I don't want it to be too curvy, so I'm going in by 1 inch. You need to measure the person. You need to measure the person from the shoulder line to the waistline. So I just make my curve. Give it a little bit of shape. That is how the senator top is. You know, the one that we are doing right now, it has a shape. If you look at it, you can see that there's a shape. So I just give it a little bit of shape. I don't want it to be too much, so you just have to minus only 1 from the waist. You can measure the person though. You can measure the person waist to understand, and divide that part by 4. Then add your sewing allowance to it. So we have everything being set. You know, I'll have our curve here. It's all done. From the waistline, you need to make a notch over there. We need that notch. We need this notch from the waistline. Just making a notch. You can see only from the front, not the back. You don't have to make a notch at the back. It's only the front. So we put the back somewhere, then we concentrate on the front. So you look at the way I'm going to arrange things over here. Just look careful how I'm going to arrange things over here. The one that we cut with extra 1.5 is under this. It's under it. Do you understand? It's under. You just have to put it under it. You make sure you arrange the notches. Remember, we cut quarter of the bust measurement plus 1.5 inch extra. That one is under this one. You just have to put it under because of where the design is. So you just have to put it under it. So we're going to do this curve. Have you seen the curve in front? That's the one that we are going to do right now. So please pay attention here. Pay attention, it's very important. From the center seam, from the center, this is the center line. You know, just come 1/2 inch here. Just come 1/2 inch here. This line that I'm drawing right now, I should have to do that. You know, I'll read it up. So don't do that one. Don't draw this line, but the 1/2 inch over there is very important. You connect with the 1/2 inch over there. So I will come to the waistline. Remember, we made a notch over there to the waistline. So I'll come to the waistline. I'm going to measure. So this is the waistline. So I'll draw a straight line over there. I should have drawn this line. This one is not needed, like I told you. And I'm going to measure 5 inch from the center. 5 inch, this is 5 inch. From the center of it, you can see 5 inches. That is 5 inches, as you can see. And remember the 1/2 inch that we made over there, the 1/2 inch that we made, this line is not needed. So we connect it here. That is the place that we should connect that one. So after that, we are going to the bottom side. We concentrate to the bottom side to do that. You know, there's a space over here. So we come to the bottom side. I see that space. That's the one that we are going to do right now. So I'm calculating my folding before I know exactly space that I'm going to leave under it. You need to calculate your folding. So I'm going to measure 10.5. It can be 8 inches, it can be 7 inches. You know, the person wants it long a little bit, so I made it 10.5. But if you don't want it too much, you can measure 7.5. So from that center seam, I mark 1/2 inch also here. This is 1/2 inch from the center seam. Then I'll connect this line. Except from the space, you know, the space in front, it depends how long you want yours to be. The person wanted it to be kind of a little bit long, so I made it 10.5. So you made yours 8 inches or 8.5 inches is okay. So you curve it. There's not much to curve, so I have to give it another curve. You just curve it. You should be 1/2 inch away from the center seam. You can see I didn't curve it to attach exactly at the center seam. There's a 1/2 inch there, so I connect it together with the 1/2 inch. So I'll point my hands over here, my finger over here, this point. Then you made a point over here. You transfer that point over there. So I'm going to measure from the center seam. From the center seam, you measure 1 inch. 1 inch from the center seam. It can be ½ inch. You can measure ½ inch or 1 inch. Maximum is 1 inch. So I transfer them 1 inch here also. Just pay attention. Have you seen what I'm doing? So the one, we know we already have 1 inch, so we're going to mark our 1 inch, and that will give us the center fold. So from the center, then we're going to measure 3 inches over there. So we connect this point. Then you put it on top like that. So we're going to cut the one on top only. Make sure you don't cut the one is under it. You make sure you don't cut the one is under it. So you can see, you can put this one aside. Then you're gonna have something like this. You can see the design is already shaping. The center here is very, very important. The center here, pay attention also to this part. So I'm gonna mark here. And to come here, pay attention here is also important. Remember, from the center seam we came ½ inch away, and we have 1½ inch also here. 1/2 inch, that will give us the center. Remember, we added 1.5. So we make a notch. So this is exactly the center seam, and also here we have 1/2 inch. You make a notch, and that will give us the center of it, as you can see. The 1.5 inch that will left, I will show you the reason why you're supposed to leave 1.5 or so there. So you're going to connect from the bottom. Remember, at the bottom we made a line over there, so we just have to draw a line just to connect it. You can leave this part and go to the bottom side, or you can just draw a line to connect at that part. Please give me a thumbs up, like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend about Mora FC. I post videos every Wednesdays and Saturdays, new style, new tutorial every Wednesday and Saturday. Make sure you tune in, click on notification bell so you don't miss any of my new tutorial. If you have a style that you are facing a problem with it, you can link me to my Facebook. Follow me on my Facebook, it's Mora FC, and send me your style and I'll help you out. When you have to check, always check, let the center seam fall on each other exactly. You can see that the center seam have a line over there. You need to iron it so that the line will show up, so that it will guide you to know the center. So you have to cut a lining for that one facing. So let me do that and I'll show you. So I've cut a facing for it. So this is the face. You can see the facing on top of it. This one has its facing. You just have to cut the facing. So this is the place that we're going to sew. From the center seam, you sew from the center seam, then you come this part, then you sew to the bottom of it, to the bottom. And this one also, the place that are labeled 2, you just sew from the 1/2 inch that were left, then you just sew, then you go to the bottom. Let me do that and come back. Let me do that, let me do that. Just have to, we have 1/2 inch from the center seam, exactly on the center seam, then you measure and you sew and you go to the bottom. So let me do that, right? So you can see, this is it. I've sewed this part. So I'm making a notch at the center here. Then I flip it over. And this one also, I've done that, so I'm going to flip it over. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe, like and share, comment and click on notification bell. I post videos every Wednesdays and Saturdays. It's Mora FC. It is what it is. If you have a star, that you are facing a problem with it, you want me to help you, follow me on my Facebook. Make sure you click on the follow me on my Facebook. It's the same name, Mora FC. Then you send me your star, then I'll help you out. My page is linked to my WhatsApp. So if you want to say hi to me, if you want to just say hi to me, you are still welcome. You are still welcome. On my page on Facebook, I still have my WhatsApp number over there, so you can just pick it up and store it. And you want to interact with me, you're still welcome. It's Mora FC. It is what it is. So I can see I've ironed it. So this one will go under it, and this one will come on top of it. Can see that's where the Chinese neck will start. Make sure you check and see everything. So when you come to the bottom side like this one, we have a center seam. The center line is supposed to match with the space that was left at the bottom. You can see this is how it's supposed to be. Very, very simple and easy. I want to show you something. It's also important. So I'm checking my measurement. After here, you need to check your measurement, then you pin it. put your buttons also over there. That's where you make your button hole. Before you pin it, this part is important. This part is important. So I'll take my pin out before you pin it. I should have checked it before pinning that part. So you pay attention to the bottom. It's also important. This place is also important. From the center line, the center seam, it has to match with, it should have to be this way. It has to be this way. So that it matches exactly at that part. You need to be straight. No, that it has to be straight. Then you can pin it. So you can see we still have our space over here. Everything is intact. So I'll join the shoulders for you to see how the outcome is. So let me join the shoulders. You can see I've joined the shoulders. There's something I want to teach you. So you can see I've joined the shoulder. So the reason why we added 1.5 inch, the reason why we added, you remember that we added extra 1.5 inch. So let me arrange it for you to see everything. You will know why we made it so simple, and I added some 1 inch extra to help you guys. So let's come here. So it's supposed to be this way. It needs to fall exactly at the tip of it. So you check your measurement. You remember we have 12 inches. It was 44. 44 divided by 4, that will give you 11. Plus 1 inch. I added only 1 inch to it, so 12. So we have 12 here and 12 also there. So our measurement is accurate. We have gotten the same thing. So coming here is very important. This is why I added extra to it. You can see the extra. That's the extra that we have it over here. So it can be this way. So that when you, that's a place that if you didn't add the extra, it's going to be something like this. So you ask yourself, where are you going to place your buttons? Where are you going to place your button? There's not going to be a way. There won't be no place for you to put your buttons over there. So when you cut it equally. So I added extra so that when I'm putting a button over there, this part can contain the place I'm going to put the buttons on there. So when I put it on top like this, I still have inside some space inside. So when I put my button, my buttons can get a place, to stand. I hope you understand what I mean. So you put your buttons over here, and this part also you put 5 buttons also there. You can see you arrange everything. You can see everything is intact. It's all level. It's for exactly at the center. It's straight. Thank you for watching. I will appreciate your time. God bless you.